What if I told you that a white powder sitting on a grocery store shelf, costing less than $3, can dissolve years of caked grease off your stovetop, oven hood, and kitchen walls in under 10 minutes? And the billion-dollar cleaning industry has known about this for decades. They buried it, quietly, deliberately, because the moment you know what I'm about to show you, you will never buy another bottle of 12 degreaser spray ever again. These companies are making fortunes, selling you watered-down chemicals wrapped in fancy packaging, while this ancient, powerful powder collects dust in the laundry aisle. Today, that changes. You're going to learn exactly what this powder is, why it works better than anything sold under the cleaning brand names, and how to use it step by step to get your kitchen cleaner than it has ever been. Stay until the end, because the last tip will shock you. It involves something you have been throwing away every single week. Think about your kitchen right now, that greasy film on the stovetop burners, that sticky, dark buildup behind the stove where oil splatters and cooks into the surface over months. The range hood filter so clogged with grease that your fan sounds like it is working twice as hard just to move air. The cabinet doors above the stove with that invisible sticky layer that collects dust and turns into a gummy brown crust you cannot wipe off no matter how hard you scrub. You have tried everything. You have sprayed the expensive blue stuff, the yellow stuff, the industrial strength stuff that costs $1,500 a bottle and still leaves half the grease behind. You have scrubbed until your wrist hurt. You have gone through an entire roll of paper towels on one burner grate and it still looked gray and disgusting. Sound familiar? Because this is what millions of people deal with every single week. And it is not their fault. The products they are using are simply not designed to actually work. They are designed to work just enough that you buy another bottle next month. The average American household spends between $400 and $600 every single year on cleaning products. That is money going directly into the pockets of companies like Procter & Gamble, Reckitt, and S.C. Johnson, corporations with combined revenues in the hundreds of billions of dollars. A $9 bottle of degreaser costs them less than 80 cents to make. The rest is packaging, marketing, and profit. And when something comes along that actually works, something cheap, something you can buy for $2.87 at any grocery store, these companies have every reason in the world to make sure you never hear about it. What I am about to show you goes back further than most people realize. In the 1940s and 1950s, washing soda, sodium carbonate, was a household staple. Every home had it. Grandmothers used it for laundry, dishes, and yes, for cutting through kitchen grease like nothing else existed. It was cheap, it was powerful, and it was completely natural. Then something happened. The post-war chemical boom gave rise to an entirely new industry: synthetic cleaning products. Companies spent millions of dollars in the 1960s and early 1970s convincing the American public that modern chemical sprays were superior to these old-fashioned powders. They funded studies. They ran television campaigns. They placed their products in stores at eye level and pushed the simple, effective stuff to the bottom shelf or out of the cleaning aisle entirely. They spent millions keeping this quiet, not through some shadowy conspiracy, but through the oldest trick in the book, making you feel like the cheap thing could not possibly work as well as the expensive thing. It was a masterclass in manufactured insecurity, and it worked. By the 1980s, most people under 40 had never heard of washing soda as a degreaser. It had been repositioned as a laundry booster and quietly forgotten in the cleaning world. Only 1% of people know this today, and that 1% has spotless kitchens and more money in their wallets. The science never changed. The chemistry never changed. Washing soda is still exactly as powerful as it always was. The only thing that changed was who was profiting from your grease problem. So, what exactly is this powder? It is washing soda, sodium carbonate. Not baking soda, that is sodium bicarbonate, and it is a different compound entirely. Washing soda is more alkaline, more powerful, and specifically engineered by nature to destroy grease at a molecular level. You can find it in the laundry aisle at Walmart, Target, or any grocery store. Arm & Hammer sells it in a bright yellow box for about $3.47. That one box contains enough powder to clean your entire kitchen dozens of times over. Now here is why it works. And pay attention, because this is the part the cleaning industry does not want you thinking about. Grease is an oil-based substance. Oil and water do not mix. That is why wiping grease with a wet cloth just pushes it around. But washing soda has an extremely high pH, around 11. When it contacts grease, it triggers a chemical reaction called saponification. The alkaline molecules break apart the fatty acid chains in the grease and convert them into a soap-like substance that rinses away cleanly with water. It does not mask the grease, it does not dilute it, it chemically destroys it. Professional kitchen cleaning services use industrial degreasers that work on this exact same principle: high alkalinity alkaline solution. They charge $200 to $500 to clean a commercial kitchen hood. The active mechanism is identical to what a $3 box of washing soda does in your home kitchen. The difference is the markup. The difference is the uniform and the invoice. The difference is that they knew about this and built a business on the fact that you did not. Now here's exactly how you use it. You're going to need your box of washing soda, warm water, a spray bottle or a bowl, a non-scratch scrubbing pad, and rubber gloves. This is important. Washing soda is safe but highly alkaline and can dry out your skin if you work with it barehanded for extended periods. First, put on your rubber gloves before you do anything else. This is non-negotiable. The solution is safe, but your skin will thank you. Second, mix 2 tablespoons of washing soda into 2 cups of warm water. Stir it until the powder is completely dissolved. The water will turn slightly milky and you will feel it become slippery between your fingers. That slipperiness is the alkalinity at work, and it means the solution is ready. Third, apply the solution directly to the greasy surface. If you are doing stovetop burner grates, submerge them completely in the solution in your sink or in a large basin. If you are doing flat surfaces like the stovetop surface, cabinet doors, or the range hood exterior, soak a cloth in the solution and lay it directly on the surface. Do not spray and wipe immediately. This is the mistake most people make. You need to let the solution sit for 5 to 7 minutes. This is when the saponification is happening. You cannot rush chemistry. Fourth, after 7 minutes, not 2, not 3, 7, take your non-scratch scrubbing pad and apply very light pressure. You will immediately notice that the grease is not fighting you anymore. It lifts, it moves, it comes away from the surface in a way that no spray cleaner has ever done for you. For stubborn spots, make a paste by mixing washing soda with just enough water to form a thick consistency. Apply it directly, wait another 3 minutes, and then scrub. Fifth, rinse the surface thoroughly with clean, warm water. Make sure all the washing soda residue is removed because if it dries on a surface, it can leave a white film. A final wipe with a damp, clean cloth takes care of this completely. For your range hood filter, and this is where people's minds get blown, place the filter flat in your kitchen sink, pour boiling water over it, sprinkle washing soda directly onto the wet filter, and watch. Within 60 seconds, you will see brown grease literally running off the filter in streams. Rinse it, and it comes out looking factory new. Do not use this method on aluminum surfaces without testing a small hidden area first, as very high alkalinity can occasionally dull certain aluminum finishes over time. Thousands of people have tried this, and the results they describe are almost unbelievable until you see it yourself. One viewer who wrote in said she had been renting the same apartment for 6 years and had never been able to get the landlord-installed range hood clean. 3 sessions with washing soda, and her landlord returned her full deposit without question. Another person saved over $800 by canceling their quarterly professional kitchen deep clean service after discovering this method handles every surface they were paying professionals to clean. The before and after difference is not subtle. It is not a slight improvement. Surfaces that have been coated in years of baked-on grease come back to their original color. Yellowish cabinet doors go back to white. Dull, sticky stovetop surfaces become reflective again. And here's what makes this truly different from anything you have bought in a bottle. The results last. Because you're not leaving behind a chemical residue that attracts dust and new grease the way most spray degreasers do. You're leaving behind a surface that has been stripped completely clean at a molecular level. When maintained regularly with this method, surfaces that used to re-grease within 2 weeks stay cleaner for months. People who clean their range hood filter once a month with this method report that after 3 months, the filter is barely collecting grease because the airflow is finally working the way it was designed to. This information is being shared more widely now, which is exactly why some cleaning brand accounts have been quietly trying to discredit washing soda online, claiming it is dangerous, claiming it damages surfaces, claiming you need their specially formulated version. You do not. The $3 box works. If this opened your eyes today, do me one favor. Hit that like button right now. Not for me. Do it because this kind of information deserves to spread, and every like tells the algorithm to push it further. Subscribe if you want to keep learning the things that save you real money in real time. Because next week, I'm exposing another hidden secret. This one involves a liquid that costs $1.29 and unclogs any drain in your house permanently without a plumber and without any of those 15 Rottweiler drain chemicals that half the time do nothing at all. And the final tip I promised you, the thing you have been throwing away every week, is this. The water you boil pasta or vegetables in is loaded with natural starch. Pour that hot starchy water directly onto a greasy stovetop surface before it cools, let it sit for 4 minutes, and wipe. The starch acts as a natural emulsifier and pulls light grease off surfaces almost as effectively as the washing soda solution. You have been pouring liquid gold down the drain every single week. Now you know, you're not a customer anymore. You are someone who knows the truth, and that is worth more than anything on a store shelf.